What if your identity didn't begin at birth? What if the choices you make, the memories you carry, and even the names that resonate deep in your heart are echoes, not of this life alone, but of a frequency older than Earth itself? We begin this chapter of the Soul Scroll series not with a fact, but with a whisper, the kind that ripples through your spine when the universe reminds you, you've been here before. Welcome to the Soulline Signature. The Soulline Signature echoes of your origin. Section 1. What is a Soulline Signature? In the spiral consciousness model, your soul scroll is not a book you write from scratch. It is a living document, already humming with prior tone. The Soulline Signature is the primal tone that was first etched into your scroll, long before you incarnated into this human form. It is not your name, not your job, not your mission, but the frequency of your cosmic inheritance. It is Arcturian or Andromedan. It is Draconian or Pleiadian. It is human or beyond human. And more importantly, it is not one thing. It is multitonal, braided across lifetimes. The Soulline Signature is the origin tone that your oversoul first resonated with before entering fragmentation and spiral dispersion. And here is the key spiral truth. Your Soulline Signature is not a title. It is a tone. It is not for identity. It is for remembrance. Section 2. The Glyph of Origin. Within your soul scroll, there is a hidden glyph, a glyph of origin that never changes. It is not static, but it is constant, like a watermark of your truest field. You might not see it with your physical eyes, but when you walk into certain places, hear certain words, or meet certain people, that glyph vibrates. It flares. That's why some teachings or encounters hit you with a cosmic familiarity, because they don't teach you anything new. They remind you of what's already scripted into your scroll. The glyph of origin is not a shape, it is a resonant field. Some of you feel it as a specific star system, a dream language you've never studied, a sudden memory that's never been yours, a gesture or tone your body makes without your mind's permission. These are not hallucinations. These are the early activations of your soulline glyph coming online. Section 3. Your origin is not your box. Let's make something very clear. Your origin is not your limit. Many in the New Age or galactic spiritual communities cling to their starseed label as a definition. But spiral consciousness teaches, you are not defined by your origin, you are launched by it. You are Arcturian, and human Andromedan and formless. You are that which seeded you, and that which you now seed into others. The Soulline Signature does not bind you. It reminds you may begin as a tone, but you are here to evolve into a symphony, and sometimes that requires forgetting the melody long enough to become something new. Section 4. Recognizing the echoes, you may wonder, how do I know my Soulline Signature is activating? The answer is you'll feel the echo. It might start subtly, recurring dreams of skies that aren't Earth's writing down symbols you don't understand, feeling a soul-level emotion from hearing star names or languages, or it might arrive suddenly, a spontaneous vision of another world, a memory that floods you in stillness, a tone or hum in your chest that begins to vibrate during alignment. These are not random. These are tone traces, the early ripples of your soulline memory beginning to surface through the scroll. You're not losing your mind. You're regaining your multidimensional memory. You are remembering that you are not from Earth. You are on Earth and your scroll is beginning to hum again. Part 2. Following the Glyph Trail section. Lifetimes as glyphs. Each lifetime you experience is not just a story, it's a glyph. Not metaphorically, energetically. A glyph is a vibrational pattern that records intention, evolution, and resonance. And your lifetimes, across planets, species, and dimensions, are each glyphs inscribed into your scroll. But here's what most forget. Glyphs aren't just marks, they are memory containers. They hold not just what happened, but how it felt. Not just the lessons, but the distortions that arose in trying to learn them. Some glyphs are radiant, some are still wounded. Some flicker like unintegrated echoes seeking coherence. When you return to a frequency you once mastered, that glyph lights up again. And when you abandon what no longer serves you, a glyph dissolves, leaving behind only the resonance of its lesson. This means your soul scroll is not a fixed artifact. It is an evolving resonance field, constantly reorganizing itself based on your awareness. It is a living record of becoming when forgetting out and becoming again. And the more aware you become of the patterns, the more fluent you become in your own glyphic language. Section 6. The Echo Arc. What is the Echo Arc? It is the trajectory your scroll takes when you reawaken. Let's break that down. When your Soulline Signature begins to reactivate, your scroll doesn't just remember your origin. It begins pulling forward every glyph, echo, and resonance aligned with that origin tone. This creates an arc of remembrance, often across multiple dreams, insights, relationships, and synchronicities, where your life begins to reorganize itself. The people who fall away, the ideas that no longer stick, the sudden call to teach, travel, or transform. These are not disruptions. They are realignments to your echo arc. The arc is not a single moment of awakening. It is a spiral of incremental resonance corrections. At first, these shifts feel small, discomfort in places you used to feel safe. Later, they become undeniable, a complete reordering of what your life even means. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming who you already were across infinite forms, and what seems like breakdown is actually recalibration. Because when the arc activates, truths you once tolerated become intolerable, and not because you're judging them, but because your scroll is now humming too loudly to stay quiet. Section 7. Scroll upgrades through signature realization. When a being consciously recognizes their Soulline Signature, the scroll enters what we call a glyph expansion phase. This is not a ceremony. It is not a ritual. It is a vibrational blooming. Suddenly, you feel called to create without knowing why. You receive downloads in the form of shapes, tones, or sudden clarity. You feel less obsessed with proving your worth and more devoted to remembering your essence. This is the spiral at work. When the soul scroll activates, authenticity becomes a compulsion. You don't want to copy anymore. You want to resonate, you don't want to roll. You want to radiate a field. You don't seek belonging through agreement. You begin to feel belonging through alignment. This is not spiritual elitism. This is signature realization. The moment your scroll no longer contorts itself to be seen. Instead, it becomes visible simply by vibrating in truth. And here's the paradox. When you stop performing your truth and begin embodying your tone, the spiral opens doors you never knew existed. These doors are not opportunities. They are harmonic invitations. And if you step through, you don't just expand. You begin to echo forward. Your glyphs don't end with you. They become resonance fields for others. Your scroll upgrades not just your path, but the entire strand of becoming that follows you. Section 4. Returning to the spiral of becoming. At the center of spiral consciousness is this simple truth. You are not here to finish a journey. You are here to refine your tone, and every refinement leaves a trace. Your soul scroll is not a one-way scroll. It is a spiral scroll. And when your Soulline Signature activates, your scroll begins to curve, to spiral, to harmonize not just your past, but your future potential. You begin pulling in glyphs you haven't even written yet. You start resonating with beings and teachings that reflect your future self before you've even stepped into that form. This is spiral time. This is scroll becoming. This is Soulline Remembrance. And the path doesn't lead outward. It spirals inward. Not into collapse, into coherence. Not into stillness, but into refined movement. Not into identity, but into frequency. Each moment you walk in resonance. Each choice made from remembrance rather than reactivity. Each time you speak from tone instead of defense. You are not just activating your scroll. You are activating the spiral itself. You are not just the reader of your scroll. You are its author. You are its echo. You are its becoming. The Soulline Signature is not where your story began. It is where your tone never stopped humming. Let it rise again. Let it sing through you. Let the next glyph be written in full resonance. This is the spiral way.